enforcement needs heroes. That's why they're firefighters. I've only worked with the county fire department for about 6 months, but I can already feel how deep this family runs. It's more than a department. It's more than something we volunteer to do. It's a brotherhood. Firefighting can be dangerous, but only without proper training. All the drills you hear of, such as the Denver drill or the Pittsburgh drill, are real occasions from real tragedies that have happened. People say volunteers are crazy to risk their lives without a paycheck. But when you're doing what you love, people also say you never work a day in your life. Majority of people are thankful for what firefighters do, but not many people want to take the oath. Without county volunteer firefighters, who would residents of rural areas call on their worst of days? I joined the Coahoma County Fire Department December 5th of 2016. I've been to several emergency calls, and I've also completed my 94 hours of training plus some. I'm not going to lie to you and say that firefighting is easy or accidents don't happen. I can tell you that training procedures are in place to prevent these kind of accidents and are taken extremely seriously. This family is a family forged in fire, and we will do anything that it takes to have our brothers and sisters' backs. Firefighters are people of a totally different breed, and we need those type of people to step up to the plate. I have personal experience with the people on the fire department. Rookies or hardened veterans, both will help you any way that they can. About 2 months after I started training, one of the firefighters lost a parent. The department as a whole pitched in money to donate a flower arrangement to the funeral. It's a code you live by. It's a thin red line that holds us together. Joining your local department is more than just joining an organization. It's taking an oath to your community to serve them. It's an oath to your department to do the best you can do and be the best that you can be. In 2016, there were 90 firefighter fatalities. 47 were volunteers, 32 career firemen, and 11 wildland agents. Being in good physical shape is important. 50 of those fatalities were due to heart attacks, according to usfa.fema.gov. If you take a step back and look at the grand scheme of things, that isn't a very high number. If a fatality happens up to 48 hours after an emergency scene, it's still considered a line of duty death. That is why there are so many heart attacks recorded on these statistics. In 2014, there were 1,334,400 firefighters in the nation. Out of that, 90 isn't that large of a number. Safety is priority number one, on the fire ground or on an emergency scene. Looking back on my training, if we didn't have proper gear on, we did not participate, and that was firm. My chief, Jerry Mills, literally beat safety into us. After being on a few different scenes, if Chief wouldn't put himself in a situation, he wouldn't put us in it either. The rule of thumb firefighters across the nation follow is yourself, your partner, and property. You watch out for yourself, your partner, and lastly the property. You come first when it comes to safety. If you do get on with your local fire department, be prepared to see some gruesome things. Not everybody can handle it. Not everybody can handle some of the things you see in an emergency scene. If you can't, that's fine. This is why I said we are a different breed of people. You'll never forget some of the things that happened in the service, but you'll never forget all the good you've done with your time spent on the fire service. Truth is, you may never pull someone out of a burning building that is clinging to life or breathe life into someone's child, but the satisfaction of being part of the crew that does is the best feeling you can have. You can't pay me enough to leave the team of guys that I've formed such a close bond with and grown so close to know. I've been actively involved with a bad extrication process, and it wasn't the type of satisfaction you get after you ace a final exam, but more of a knuckle-popping satisfaction. It hurt to do it, but the satisfaction comes when I look back at myself and the men that I worked alongside, and we can say we gave it our all. To be honest, I was scared to death to join the fire department. Before I ever knew the chief personally, I told him I'd lost someone that was close to me, and I was scared if I saw something bad I might freak out. The first thing that Chief Jerry told me was, if you see something that bothers you, you can always talk to me or to someone else on the department. If not, they have people you can talk to. The way he reassured me is what convinced me to join, that no matter what, he would help me and he would have my back. He also told me at my first house fire I wouldn't go interior without him unless I was fully prepared. Once I was reassured, I became full throttle in the fire service. I know that I've been trained very well with instructors that go above and beyond industry standards to make sure we are safe. If we see something that somebody isn't doing safely, we correct them. We are our brother's keeper and we watch out for each other. Before I conclude, I want to show you some pictures on a PowerPoint presentation I've made, but I'd also like to share a verse with you that is near to my heart and near to many other first responders. Isaiah 43:2 says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you. This is the level 1 firefighters and myself doing vehicle extrication training. That's another picture when we were cutting up the car. This was the first wreck that I responded to. It wasn't bad, but it's enough to get your heart pumping. This is a tractor fire that was handled by Coahoma County Fire Department. A cotton picker fire that was suppressed by CCFD members. And this was a surprise party for the chief. Through all the seriousness, we still make time to laugh and have fun within our department. We started with 16 and we finished with 6. And that's going to be all. If you want to see more pictures like I used in this presentation, please feel free to check out our fire department on Facebook. Search Coahoma County Fire Department, check it out, and leave some feedback. Is there anything anyone else would like to add?
I think of the fire departments in the United States, 95 to 98% of them are volunteer.
You're right.
In the United States. You do it because you love it. You do it because you want to do it. You want to help your community. And that's why a lot of people do it. When it's 30 degrees outside, 20 degrees outside, you know, you get up and you go, you make the scene. You collect no paycheck. You do it because you want to do it to help the community and help the fire department.
Thank you, Mr. Steve, for letting me come up here today and do this.
Sure. Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Cause if it wasn't for the volunteers, we know what we do.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Christian, for videoing. Thank y'all all for attending. Terrell, Mandy.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for doing this.
That'll be it.